Chapter 4: Alien Protection. In the end, Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN did not try the taste of aliens as Kay said because Kay found a planet whose ecology is very similar to the Earth. Kay thought that there might be something Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN could eat. There was only one problem. There was no oxygen on that planet. The UFO was in the oxygen mode that Kate D had adjusted. There was no way to get off the UFO. In the end, Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN was a flying saucer wrapped in K. That's right, K changed back to the prototype. The translucent flowing liquid stretched into a thin layer and wrapped Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN in it. Like wearing a spacesuit. His body can even produce oxygen automatically, which is a very practical alien. Many of the animals and plants on this planet look similar to those on Earth. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN didn't know which ones to eat, so he picked all of them. Then she realized Kay's consideration again. Part of K wrapped around her was divided into a sack, let Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN throw things in, and divide a few long silk threads. While wiving Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN the weeds around her, she learned to pick what seemed to be edible. K's speed was much faster than Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN's. The transparent silk thread danced extremely fast, and it looked like a clear stream of water under the light. Just as Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN was a little dazed, she heard a roar not far away, and then the ground shook as if some behemoth was running and approaching. A long neck emerged from the woods, which seemed to be 4 stories high. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN always feels that the animals that appear are a bit like monsters in the Ultraman series of animations. The monsters seemed to be staring at them for some unknown reason. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN was wrapped in K's body and was taken away by him. K's speed was very fast, but he was still not as good as the long-legged monster, and he was quickly caught up. When she saw that the heavy monster legs were pressing toward her, Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN thought that he was about to turn into a piece of meat sauce. Who knew that after waiting for a long time, she opened her eyes and found that K which has wrapped around her have turned into a ball, leaving her some space, and the monster legs were pressed above the ball. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN touched the ball wall under her hand and seemed to be trembling overwhelmed, and her heart also trembled. As if he suddenly gained some power, he swelled up again, and stubbornly blocked the monster's attack from his body. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN felt the wall under her hand and seemed to tremble overwhelmingly, and her heart also trembled. Every time she felt that the ball was about to be trampled, and even the wall was about to stick to her, K seemed to suddenly get some power, bulged up again, and stubbornly blocked the monster's attack on her body. Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN lay in the ball in a daze and suddenly remembered the 2 car accidents that took away her parents. They were the same and protected her at the last minute. No one has protected her like her parents for so many years, but now, on this unknown planet, an alien is willing to protect her with his body in this way. K, are you alright? Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN looked anxiously and turned into a gray pool. After he escorted her back to the flying saucer, it became like this. Does this color probably mean that he was injured? It took a long time for K's voice to sound, and it sounded a little weak. He barely changed into a human appearance, with some gray part face on his white face, but he smiled beautifully and said, "Do you have anything you can eat about the things we brought back?" Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN suddenly felt a sore nose. That night she was finally able to eat enough. While lying in a daze on the bed belonging to K, she saw K walk in. He glanced at her and said, "I'm not feeling well. I need some treatment. My bed can treat this injury very well." Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN hurriedly sat up. "Then you come to sleep here, I'll go to sleep outside." No, let's sleep together." "How can I let you sleep outside?" In the end, Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN lay on the bed with K covering him. He turned into a warm and soft quilt. The bed is very comfortable, and the quilt is also very comfortable, but Ꭲ⋅ᎪNN can't sleep. As long as she thinks that this quilt is K, her whole face is red, and her heartbeat is not normal. It should be midnight. She thought K had fallen asleep, but she didn't expect to hear him say something awkward. "Your body is very soft. Somehow, ᎢℋᎪNN heard some shyness in his words. Facing the faint starlight outside, she saw K's body turning pink. "Thank you, your body is also very soft," ᎢℋᎪNN replied. Of course, she didn't know that W**'s compliment of being soft means expressing her love. She just felt that after she said this, K almost turned red with joy. So that night, she fell asleep under a red quilt. In her dream, she only felt that the quilt was emitting some kind of scorching heat. After that day, K kept acting as her quilt because his body had not recovered yet, and the coordinates of the Earth were still lost, so the two of them were still wandering around the universe on a flying saucer, and before they knew it, many months have passed. ᎢℋᎪNN is watching the time on the Earth clock that K tinkered with. K is a careful person, and he can always make ᎢℋᎪNN feel ironed in all kinds of small details. He became more and more enthusiastic, and the thoughtful ᎢℋᎪNN raised the alarm more than once in her heart. A girl who lives alone all the year round, eats soft and is not hard, can't stand this kind of silent kindness. She can almost hear the sound of her poor psychological defense line collapsing. End of chapter 4.